Right people, welcome to the channel. So I'm going to quickly show you my fish tank that's got koi carp in. Now a lot of people will say you can't have koi in a tank, but you can. So I'm going to give you my views, my experience, and show you where we're at. So if you want to keep koi in your tank, you can. I've also got in this tank some barbel, mirror carp and coarse fish, and a lot of people shy away from it, but it can look quite good. So take a look and I'll run you through this setup, and if you've got any questions or if you've got any comments that I could be doing better, let me know, because I like this hobby and I want to get it right as well. So this is my setup here. It's got a 300 litre Awasi Highline aquarium. You can just see there and down there. Okay, now you can see some of the fish we've got here. We've got some koi, mirror carp just there, big koi there, a chub, a couple of chub, some orf, golden tench, and I think there's a barbel roaming around in there somewhere. So my experience is you can keep them in, but it has to be temporary. Now these big two koi here, the white one and that orange one darting off down there, are clearly a bit too big for this tank. Now they are going in a pond, so they're only in there for another month. However, they've been in for a month already, so I'm aware. It's probably also a tiny bit overstocked, but knowing that some of these are going in a tank. Now these koi here are quite small. I think they're 3 to 4 inches, those ones. Now I'm going to keep them in for maybe 6 months, or maybe even ride the winter out and get them in the pond next year. But they are absolutely happy as anything in here. No problem whatsoever. However, a few things I've learned. They want feeding a lot. They grow quickly and they're messy. And because you've got to feed them a lot, you've got to make sure your tank is tested, water changes, regular cleaning. Because these mirror carps are absolutely gannets. They will eat all day, and you can see them now ferreting about for food. But they're very nice to look at. That chub's very nice. Now, in terms of filtration, this is the filter we're running. Just there. Bottom drain goes out into the filter and comes back out that way and up there. And on this one, I'm also running an additional fluval, I think it's a U4 filter. Now that's because I'm quite anal and I want to keep it as clean as I can. And I think you'd agree, it's pretty clean and spotless. Another thing to note, if you're going to keep fish like this in your tank, is you can't really have it well planted up, because they just eat the plants and shred it. So these plants are fake. It's annoying because I like a planted aquarium, but they just destroy it. Honestly, they eat like pigs, they mess and they forage about constantly. You'll see some of the gravel down here is all nice, and then randomly it just goes up and down. And that's because they are constantly putting it in their mouth, spitting it out. But yeah, these koi, very nice, lovely to keep, all happy. They're a bit too big, need to go in the pond soon, and I'll show you the pond setup when I get that and talk you through it. But you can keep them in there, but just be prepared to be doing water changes, regular maintenance, and don't keep them in there too long. A few months and get them out. These mirror carp, they was a quarter of the size when I got this tank a couple of months ago, and they're already getting quite big. So yeah, so there's my setup. Probably a tad overstocked, and a couple of the big koi need to come out, and yeah, you got to make sure that you get them out sooner rather than later. But you can keep them, there's no problem at all. And this is a 300 litre tank. Just a quick show you inside. This is the light setup just there, and they cost a pretty penny. It's quite an expensive setup. I've also got a little skimmer just there. I think that was about 60 quid. And there's the Fluval internal filter, which, to be fair, because it's all black at the back, you don't really notice it. I know you can see it just there, but yeah, looks pretty slick and it looks very, very nice at night.